Minasan konnichiwa, it's me, Shogo.
And Harumi.
Welcome back to another Shogo and Harumi's podcast, everyone.
Welcome
Thank you very
back.
much. How are you guys doing?
How are you?
It's almost midnight in Japan time, actually.
Mhm.
Yes, hopefully our kids won't wake up while we are talking. Yeah, we're living in what should I say? A house that has 2 stories, and our kids are sleeping on the second floor. Yeah, but it's really surprising how much our voices actually reach the second floor. Yeah, it really depends on the type of house that you're living in. But in our house, when you're upstairs, when you're downstairs, the voice upstairs doesn't reach the first floor that much. When you're on the second floor, though, everything on the first floor you can really hear very clearly. So I hope they don't wake up, but we'll see how this goes.
Yeah.
But anyways, so today the main topic that we want to talk about is a problem that's recently been very well brought up especially in Kyoto. It's about the problem of over tourism. Yeah, so it's been huge on social media about, I'm pretty sure you guys are familiar about this too if you are interested in visiting Japan or, studying Japanese culture and all that kind of stuff. But it first, of course, after COVID, a lot of people have been coming back to Japan to travel and such. And this topic itself first started from certain restaurants having signs up on the front of their door saying only Japanese people can come in. Yes, 日本人以外お断り, Japanese. And also very recently, just about a few weeks ago, there was also a problem of the Fushimi-Inari Shrine. Yeah, if you ever visited Japan or hoping to visit Japan, you might be familiar with the Thousand Red Gates. Yeah, the shrine, the Fushimi-Inari Shrine. They actually have a crossing right before you enter the shrine area where a train crosses, and once in a while you're not allowed to pass by, of course, because the train has to go past the railway, But there were too many people, and they couldn't actually. They closed, what do you call those again? I forgot. Yeah,
Fumikiri.
Yeah, the fumikiri. They closed it, but there's too many people, so the trains couldn't move because there were people literally standing on the railway. Actually,
No, that's
So yeah, it's been huge, and the of course people writing comments in those posts on social media are people who are railroad crossing. Yeah, exactly. So Jaime just used Google Translate for us. Yeah. So yeah, it's been going wild on social media, and a lot of people saying terrible things on the comments as always. As we always know, social media being a very wonderful place. Very happy, wonderful place for everyone to have a lot of positive feelings.
So
we're going to be talking a little bit about that today. Yeah, mainly. But it was Harumi's idea that every time we record these podcasts, it'd be great if we can kind of share what we're doing recently too. Yeah, so we're going to talk about that before we get into today's main topic. Okay?
Yes, for sure.
So a couple of things. Yes, first of all, as for new videos on Let's Ask Shogo, we just posted about 2 days ago a video of Harumi and I visiting the shamisen dojo in Kyoto. Now, we really have to apologize to Jack, who is the owner of shamisen dojo, because as you guys, if you know a little bit about kimonos, if you see me in the video, you can realize that I'm wearing a summer kimono, which means it's been more than half an year since we visited the place, and we've actually been able to post the video.
Sorry.
It's been a very, very long time. Now, it seems that Jack has already updated a lot of the content of the activity, and
really?
he's brushed it up. Yes, and his English too. He was really worried that he just started the activity when we visited his place, because Kaminaga Daisuke-san, who is the shakuhachi player of Wakiban and Hanafugetsu, and also my instructor, actually introduced Jack to me. Yeah. But he just came to Kyoto. He just moved, and he just started Shamisen Dojo, and was looking for a way to get started with his new activity he holds in Kyoto. But to make a long story short, it's kind of like a 90-minute activity where anyone, complete beginners, can also try out the Japanese shamisen. Yeah. Now, this word shamisen, it's really hard to translate, but some people say it's the Japanese guitar. It's a 3-string instrument. Yeah. It's very
super cool,
very popular. Yeah, I think a lot of people might have heard of the shamisen from Zenitsu from Demon Slayer playing it. Yeah, it's in the I've never actually properly read or seen Demon Slayer, so I don't know too much about it, but I do see a lot of clips of videos of Zenitsu playing the shamisen with a lot of lightning coming out of his shamisen.
I guess I did read
Yeah.
the manga of Demon Slayer, but I don't have any idea how Zane's playing shamisen.
Oh, really? Yeah.
I don't know. My image is Muzang, like women version Muzang.
Yeah.
Oh no. It's one of the what is the Muzan's servants?
I don't know. I don't ask me
One
about
of
Demon
them.
Slayer. I have no clue.
One of them was playing shamisen
Yeah,
in the Muzan's house, the castle, Mugenjo.
Yeah.
I have that
Castle,
image.
right?
Yeah. This opposite side.
Yeah.
Strange castle. Yeah.
Yeah.
But I don't know things.
Yeah, Zanes was playing it in some scene. It seems. Yeah, he was
Really?
dressed up as a woman, and
Okay.
yeah. So there's a lot of shamisen players, shamisen influencers, content creators that were copying his music, yes, in their own videos and such, and it was huge actually for a while. But
need to
anyways,
check it
yeah,
out.
it's using too much time on one topic, but yeah, we posted a new video. It's gonna be, in the past before we went, we took some time off. Let's Ask Shogo to raise our kids. If you guys remember the Kyoto Hidden Gem series, it's kind of close to that, yeah. But we changed the name and we brought up a new series called Beyond Tourist Traps. Yeah, Kyoto Hidden Gems was really nice too. Yeah, but to be honest, some of the places weren't so hidden. To be honest, they're very already popular. Yeah, so just a way to express what we're really trying to show you is absolutely the theme is closer to Beyond the Tourist Traps. Yeah. So the places we introduce are absolutely authentic places. They will absolutely have a good experience at. Yeah. So that's a new series and it's the first video of that series. So Shamisen Dojo. If you ever have a chance to come to Kyoto, absolutely please check it out. Okay. And there goes my alarm. It's midnight now. The title of the alarm is "You Need to Get to Sleep," by the way. Yeah. Which we're not going to be going to sleep because we're recording this podcast. But yeah, on OMG Japan, the podcast I'm running with Katsura Sunshine and Let, the last episode we actually visited his favorite restaurant in Kyoto. Yeah, which is great. Yeah, not in Kyoto, in the whole world. He said, "Yes, Kokoro." No, it's a secret. It's not Kokoro, guys.
No.
The name of the restaurant is not Kokoro, okay? Please don't remember this name. It's not Kokoro. Don't look it up. And you won't find anything. Yes, you won't find anything. You won't be able to make any reservations, so please don't look it up, okay?
It's hidden.
Yes, it's hidden.
Secret.
Yes. No one knows the name. I didn't hear either. I don't know about the name either, but it was an amazing experience, though. Yeah, if you're interested in some good food in Japan, in Kyoto, yeah, please do check it out. It was... Absolutely no. Sunshine said that he's going to be changing my life, taking me to Kokoro, and he really did. Yeah,
Kokoro?
He really did. No, not Kokoro. Not Kokoro, guys. What are you saying? Stop! Come on. No, you don't. Please don't do that, man. Do what?
Do what?
Please don't do what? Yeah. But anyways, it was great. Yeah, and if you want to see us actually trying out some of the food and such, it was great. So I hope you check it out. It's best, of course, for you to check it out on YouTube because there's a video. Yeah, of course we have all the other Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and all that other stuff too. But there's no videos there, so
yeah,
our YouTube channel, OMG Japan, is absolutely highly recommended. All right, and then the 4 other huge projects we're doing this year that we explained to you last week. As for selling katanas, we've got to the point where there's going to be 6 katanas when we launch the website, and we got the pictures, we got descriptions, but we really want this website to be a little bit, of course, different from the katana selling websites that already exist. Because we're obviously not the only ones selling katanas online. There's tons of other websites and people selling katanas, but we really want our website to be something unique in a way, how there's more stories to each katanas, because what I don't personally like about all the websites in Japan, not just one website, but all of them, yes, they only have information about the length and how old they are and who made it and how many holes for mekugi there are. And that's great. I mean, if you're already in love with katanas, training katanas, or if you're already a collector, those are the information that you're looking for. Yeah, but if you're a complete beginner, and buying authentic, Japan-made, using the traditional steel and techniques kind of katana, the first information that you want isn't, what should I say, like the length and just the width. I mean, you need that too.
Yeah.
But it's not the first thing you want to know. You want to know more about what the background of it, who made it, what's so special about it, what's different, how is that katana different from the other ones that you have,
Yeah.
So we really want to give each katana that we sell in that website kind of like a title,
Mm.
kind of like a catchy phrase to express what that katana is.
Yes.
Yeah, so we're actually asking Yushinkan on Kyoto to give us a little bit more information about each katana, so we can give each kind of like a short explanation of each blade. Yeah, so people can try to easily find what they're looking for. Yeah, so we're getting to that point. Very close though. We're very, very close. Once we get that information, we'll be able to move on. So, and we're thinking of a really interesting project, but I think we'll be able to talk about that next week. Okay. And as for selling kimonos, we actually are starting off with 2 designs. And the first design again is the I just said again, but we might have not talked about this before. But the first design is where we have a lot of different weapons that we train in Asayama Ichiden Ryu. Yeah. So it's like we call this design itself is actually traditional. Yeah. We say like dogu narabe. Yeah, same thing. Dogu chirashi or dogu narabe, we say. And most cases, it's the items or tools you use in tea ceremony, I think would be most popular. Yeah, most typical.
Yeah.
At least in the book that I've studied about men's kimono. Yeah, it was
sometimes
the
ladies
chirashi would be
kanzashi or
something like items that
cosmetics.
maybe Maiko would have kind of thing. Yeah, but I hardly ever seen like budogu nara chirashi in a way.
I don't think
budogu
so.
means the tools for training martial arts. Yeah, so one design is going to be like a lot of katanas, sickles, and iron fans, and all the staff and all the other weapons and stuff, the chain balls and all that kind of stuff. Like tons of them written on the kimono kind of thing. Yeah, we're right now thinking of the colors and how to design the kimono itself. Is it going to be on one side of the kimono where the weapons are, and the other side is just a simple color, or is it going to be the pictures on all over the kimono, or we're still thinking about that. But yeah, it's gonna be great. And the other design is actually Ryuko, which is dragon and tiger. Yeah, Ryuko. There's actually a Kenjutsu kata in Kobudo Asayama Ichiden Ryu that I train in. Yeah. So we wanted to have a kimono design that's resonated with Asayama Ichiden Ryu's techniques. Yeah. And the picture of the dragon and the tiger just came us today, I think. The designer just finished writing the drawings in a ukiyo-e style, the traditional picture style of the tiger and the dragon. And we were looking at it, and I was like, the pictures look great. Yeah. But I originally wanted to have the tiger and the dragon both on the back of the kimono.
Yeah.
But seeing there was actually, I don't know how you call it in English, but in Japanese we call it mock-up, right?
It's the same in English.
Is it the same in English? Yeah. So basically you have a picture and you're just putting the picture on top of that picture. So you're not actually having the kimono fully designed, but it's just like combined together to kind of check what it might look like, And I was taking a look, and we were taking a look at that today, and we were like, it might not be exactly what we had in mind. Yeah. So we're probably gonna have to think about what the fabric itself, maybe the basic patterns on the kimono fabric to start with. We were saying maybe we can have to give a little bit more character to our ryuko and not just a random ryuko kimono that can be sold anywhere. Maybe we can have the tiger and the dragon be holding or be drawn together with katanas. Yeah, the tiger could have a katana in his mouth. The dragon might be floating together with the katana behind his back kind of thing.
That is cool.
Yeah, or something like that. That would be more, have a stronger connection with Asayama Ichiden Ryu because it's a Kenjutsu technique, right? Originally, yeah. Because, the Ryuko design itself is quite typical, to be honest. A lot of, Japanese clothings, not just kimonos, to be honest. So, so we wanted to make a little bit more original. Yeah, to do that, more unique, I thought we could add some katana pictures to it. So we're kind of at that level. And then just a few minutes ago, what we were super surprised about is that we're working with a different company that makes the kakobi, which is the obi for men's kimono. And there was one design that we asked a company to make, and it's actually a samurai with armor on riding horses. And on the back of the obi, on the back there's the common crest, tons of common crest, a lot of them lined up, and then on top of that is actually the armor samurai wearing horses, coming out in a row, tons of them lined up. And we asked them to make some kind of design like that, and the one that popped up was really, really good actually.
That was amazing.
Yeah, we're very surprised by how we actually met the president of that company in person the other day, and we went to a kimono convention. And yeah, he was a great guy. First of all, he's a very nice guy, and we were surprised by how fast he gets his job done. Yeah, we asked him to do a resign. He wrote us a original samurai wearing armor and riding horses kind of thing, and it looked great. So, and it's absolutely something we've never seen before. Yeah, we can say with confidence because we follow a lot of men's kimono shops, on Instagram, on all social media, and we've of course visited a lot of shops ourselves, right? Yeah, so we know a lot of places, but I've never seen anything like that before. So
you have kakobi so many, but
yeah, I have a lot of kakobi, yeah, absolutely, but it's something we never seen before, so it might be something that we might cherish very much. Yeah, we'll see how it goes. Yeah, so yeah, the kimono brand itself is something. It's really, really interesting for us, It's simply fun. Yeah, exactly. It might not be something that'll be making us a lot of profit and all that kind of stuff immediately because we don't have that much of skills and experiences in selling products, like real, existing products, if that makes sense, But we'll see how it goes. It's fun. It's really, really fun. Yeah, if we can make something original that doesn't exist, and it's probably going to be something that a lot other people wouldn't even think of designing. Because they don't train in Kobudo or they don't train in no theater,
That's true.
Yeah. So if you want to have like a certain type of design in your kimono or in your belt, you need to have that mindset. If you never trained in Asayama Ichiden Ryu before, you would never imagine having a dragon and a tiger with katanas, right? You wouldn't resonate your mind with that. Yeah. So it's really, really interesting how we might be able to, what should I say, bring something new to the men's kimono community, Yeah, so it's a lot of fun, yes. Yeah. And just the two other things. First of all, the third thing is Wakaki Japan, which is a new media that we're trying to make related to Japanese traditional instruments that I'm doing together with Kaminaga Daisuke-san. This, at the moment, we're still thinking about the concept. Yeah, we really want to have like a really concrete goal that we can all work towards. Yeah, that's something we're trying to find right now. The best one that I have at the moment is absolutely my ultimate goal of trying to preserve Japanese traditional culture to the next century. So after I die, for the next 100 years, I want Japanese traditional culture to survive. And so while I'm alive, I want to create the systems, necessary environments, to nurture and protect traditional culture for the future. So that's my ultimate goal, and everything else, all the things that I do branch out of that basically. And then Asayama Ichiden Ryu, Kobudo Asayama Ichiden Ryu also has a very amazing goal, which is reviving the golden age of Asayama Ichiden Ryu when we had 7,000 students nationwide. Yeah. So in one of the documents of Kobudo Asayama Ichiden Ryu, they say that in the golden age, when Asayama Ichiden was super popular in Japan, there were over 7,000 students, which is crazy.
That's crazy, yeah.
A single Ryuha cell having 7,000 students is amazing, I think. Yeah, and our goal is to bring that back. While Six Sensei is still the headmaster, yes, of Asayama Ichiden Ryu, be great if we can bring that back, and hopefully, we're saying that be great if we can bring that back in 10 years.
Wow.
Which sounds almost impossible, but a lot of our online lesson students, we're all working super hard in our trainings, trying to reach the higher down ranks so we can start teaching ourselves and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. And once we have students who are higher than the 5th dan, they'll be able to have their own students actually. Yeah, so these goals are really concrete and easy to imagine for anyone, and when you hear these goals, you want to support those people more, right? Yeah. So we definitely need these concrete, easy to understand goals and what should I say, visions, for people to support us and want to cheer us on. Yeah. So Wakaki Japan absolutely needs that. Yeah, so we're still getting to that point, and once we really have a goal or a concept that we can all really think that it's great, Then finally, I think we can finally start talking about the logo designs and such, which I've been asking Hanami to do. But right now, because the image is still a little bit blurry, because each person probably has different images of what Wakaki Japan, the media, is supposed to look like, So if we have a concept, we can all be looking in the same direction. Yeah. Once we get there, I think Hanami will have a clear image of what you should be designing,
Yes.
Yeah, so, and for the Kyoto tour, unfortunately, we're at the moment, we've decided which stories, what we're going to be doing, what kind of tour it's going to be and all that kind of stuff. But we're still discussing on the venue of where the shows are going to be held. Yeah, because at the end of the tour for Knowing Kyoto tour, which is the tour where you get to experience, learn, and visit places related to No Theater. The goal is to watch No Theater in a private setting. Yeah, but we still haven't been able to confirm the venue where we're going to be doing the no performances, which is the most important point, right? Yeah. So the original place where we wanted to use was super expensive. Yes. 20 times more expensive than we expected.
Really?
Yeah. So it's like, okay, we absolutely cannot use this place, even though it's super beautiful. Yeah, we can't tell you where it is, and we can't tell you the price because, we don't want to, should I say, reveal any secrets that probably they don't want to reveal and such, but it was a little bit too expensive. We're like, okay, we're definitely not going to be able to use that place. But yeah, there's tons of other theaters in Kyoto that are open to rental, yeah, so they can let us use it once in a while and all that kind of stuff. So I'm talking with Isumi Sensei, which is my No Theater sensei, about where we're going to be doing the shows. And once that's decided, I think we'll be able to go and say hi to the places related to No Theater, like the places where they're making the masks, making the shozoku, the costumes for No Theater, the traditional stages, and all that other places. We have to go and say hi and greet them in a traditional way. Yes, and if they say yes, we'll be able to actually include them in a tour kind of thing. So that's going to be the next stage. But we're still before that. So yeah, Lucky Japan and Knowing Kyoto tour, we're still kind of left behind a little bit. Yeah, but the katana selling and the kimono designing, developing, I think we're really on the right track right here. So we're doing a great job. All right, then finally we get to move on to the main topic. Yeah, this is our first day talking about this. It took 20 minutes to get into the main topic here. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure the main topic is going to be that long either, to be honest. Yeah, because the thing is, the problem with over-tourism, there is no answer to it. True. There really is no simple answer to it. So this is not me, should I say, introducing an answer to you guys, but more of starting a conversation, a discussion with you guys would probably be more, yeah, exactly. Let's think about this together kind of thing, So living in Kyoto, yeah, so we see these videos of, tons of trash and garbage on the ground and the public trash cans being filled with garbage and the streets becoming ugly, and a lot of people taking pictures of that, putting up on social media, saying that bring back the beautiful Kyoto again. This is horrible, and there are some people who are, of course, these are people who really don't know how society works, but there are even people who are like, we should just close Japan again, like how it was during the Edo period. Now, that's not gonna work, dude. But yeah, that's how right now at least on the internet, people writing comments on social media are absolutely not the majority. So that's one thing that we need to understand. But at the same time, though, at a local, a local level, it is becoming a problem. Yeah. It is absolutely becoming much worse than it was before COVID. Yeah, there's much more people coming. Yeah, and it's absolutely, what should I say, a situation that needs to be resolved. Yeah, it's not something you just leave behind. Yeah, and it's going to be solved by time kind of thing, Yeah. So watching the people having trouble, like the problem with buses too, local buses. Yeah. The people who just want to go to work or just want to go shopping or go to school. They can't use the buses anymore because it's always filled with tourists. Yeah. And these things are always happening. So one thing though that I really want to point out before we have this discussion is that a lot of people a lot of Japanese people tend to get to the conclusion of certain nationalities have terrible manners. Yeah. And sometimes, of course, we understand, there's different cultures and, like I was in China before, I grew up in the US and we have different cultures. So I understand that. But at the same time, though, I think a lot of Japanese people need to understand that when Japan was in the bubble, we call it. Yeah, when Japan's economy was growing and a lot of people were starting to go overseas and traveling and using a lot of money overseas, a lot of countries hated Japanese people at that time. How horrible our attitudes were, how just ugly we were, how what should I say, how manners were terrible back at that time, when our grandparents were young. Yeah, their generations had a lot of money. They were super rich, and Japan's economy was thriving. And they were going to Europe, they were going to the U.S., everywhere around the world, right? And everyone hated Japanese people, yeah, because the way they used money was just, it was very uncomfortable for a lot of people. So it's the same thing happened actually in Europe. A lot of countries saying that Japanese people are not allowed in our place.
Really?
Yeah, and I've heard of these stories before. Because Japanese people were just simply, their attitudes were horrible. They were like, we have money, you don't. And we're more important than people who don't have money, kind of thing. And it was horrible the way they would to be waving the bills and just using all the money and all that kind of stuff. So
the time of bubble jidai.
Yeah. I think a lot of people who study Japanese history and Japanese economy too literally call it the bubble in English too. Yeah. But it was a time where Japanese cars were super popular and all that kind of stuff. Yeah. So Japanese people had horrible attitudes too. First of all, yeah. True. So we need to think of this as a way, what should I say? It's not something because of a certain nationality, but it's these problems happen under the same circumstances. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
When people are traveling, when they have a lot more money, because the Japanese economy is dying right now, and Japanese yen is becoming super cheap. And then that's what's gonna happen. Yeah. So it's not due to a certain nationality or certain group of people or certain kind of culture. Yeah. When your country's economy starts to weaken and your country's currency becomes weak, there's a lot of people going to be coming and buying your stuff because you're cheap, right? And then this problem is going to happen. It's not just Japan. It happened all around the world, and Japanese people were on the side of harming other countries in the past too, when it was the other way around. So I really think that, the people writing comments on social media are never going to understand this. Yeah, they're not willing to learn anyone, or they're not trying to listen to anyone's opinions. So they're not going to be not worth talking to in the first place. But I think a lot of people who are like neutral about this issue, so needs to understand that, first of all, that it's not due to a certain culture or a personality characteristic of a certain nationality that these problems happen. It's humans turn into that, basically, under certain circumstances. That makes sense. Yeah. And with that said, Kyoto, the situation right now is absolutely, needs to be a lot to be worked on. Yeah, a lot of people have been presenting their personal, ideas and solutions to solve this problem. Yeah, a lot of people are saying Kyoto has to put up more taxes. Yeah, it's crazy because there's so many people in Kyoto, and Kyoto's economy is dying too. We've made videos about that on last Shogo before.
Kyoto go bankrupt.
Yeah, and we're living in Kyoto right now, and we actually received a notification saying that the taxes are going up against the people who are living in Kyoto.
Yes.
Recently, but still, everywhere is crowded, and it's crazy, right? Yeah.
And also, president of Kyoto, salary, and how to say, fuku shicho, fuku.
I don't know. Keep on going. Yeah.
Okay. The salary will grow.
Will go up.
Go up.
Okay. Yeah. Very Japanese style. Yeah, way of doing politics.
So they were cutting their salaries for I don't know, few years, but president now the Kyoto president said that it's not.
Do you mean
solution.
Mayor or
a mayor? Yeah, mayor.
Yeah. Okay.
Mayor. He said it's not a solution. Like 根本的解決にはならない. So it's not a solution to cut our salaries.
Okay.
So I need to go up my salaries.
Okay. And raise your salary.
Raise my salaries, and it's what happened. I think I read the news today.
Okay. Yeah. So locals are struggling with more taxes and over tourism, and the mayor, before he solves anything, he gets to raise his salary then.
Yes.
Wow. I think that's a great job, You get to have to raise your own salary with your own decisions, while everyone is struggling. Yeah, so there absolutely needs to be more buses. For example, buses specifically for people who are traveling. Yeah.
The
and
problem of the bus,
What?
they don't have driver. They don't have enough driver.
Yeah, I know. So that's the thing.
Yeah.
That's the thing politics can solve. Why don't you just give more salaries to people, to
Yeah.
drivers? If there's more salary to drivers, then more people want to do this. That's very simple. That's something that the politics should easily be able to do. To be honest, yeah. But then again, they don't have enough money, right? Yeah. Then maybe it could be more taxes for staying at hotels, maybe. Or that kind of stuff, yeah. There has to be some way to solve this problem. They're not doing anything at the moment, so yeah. And I think that a lot of places in Kyoto, what's crazy is that certain places again have over tourism, right? But then at the same time, yes, there's some places that are still asking for more people to come.
Yeah.
So the people who are trying to seek more people to come to their place definitely hasn't been able to put enough effort or effective, what should I say, methods of making the people know about them, and they all go to the same places. Yeah, that's another thing a lot of people talk about too. Yeah, that if you can spread out where everyone wants to go to. Yeah, because not everyone, of course, if there's 100 people, the 100 people don't want to go to the same place, right?
Yeah.
They all have different needs and they all have different, interests. But if you only know Shrine A, then everyone has to go to Shrine A, right? Yeah, let's for example, Fushimi-dai, right? Yeah, shrine or temples and stuff like that. But if there was if everyone knew that there was Shrine A, Temple B, Activity C, Restaurant D, then everyone would go to different places depending on their interests and tastes, and people won't have to all go to the same place, Yeah.
What crazy is while the buses are super super crowded, that I need to I can't ride on the bus for like 2 buses. I need to miokuru. Pass.
Yes, you can't ride it because it's packed, right?
Yeah,
it doesn't stop for you in the first place.
Yeah.
Because no one can ride. It's packed. There's no need for the bus to stop in the first place. There's no meaning to it because you can't ride it.
Yeah, and the bus stop is super packed.
Yeah.
And this is a bus's situation, right? But on the other hand, subways are super, super, how to say?
Yeah. Wait for her, guys. She's doing her best. What?
Help me, please.
Well, what are you trying to get to?
Subways.
The subways are what? Empty?
Empty, yeah.
Empty. Yeah. Okay. Oh, that's what you wanted to say? Okay, that's it? Okay, yeah.
I mean, it's really strange, but subways are the... subways and buses are also... Both of them are...
It's past midnight, guys. It's almost 12:30 a.m. in Japan time, yeah. What?
Managed by Kyoto City, right?
Yeah, by Kyoto, yeah.
By Kyoto, right? But the situation is really these differences. Because I heard one of the semonka.
Yeah, professionals.
Professional
specialists. Yeah.
Traveler. To manage, like, he knows about so many things in Kyoto. And he says when you go travel, you need to use subway, not buses.
Okay,
because the subway is really like straight line and go north and south way and west and east way.
Yeah.
So it's really easy to go
anywhere. Yeah.
So it's really good for travelers, actually. But everyone don't know about this.
Okay.
And everyone just see like landed to Kyoto station, and here is Kyoto, and go to ride bus, right?
Okay.
So the system has some problem.
Okay. Yeah. I don't know why you would want to use the bus though immediately. I mean, the trains are much bigger. And I think Harumi was trying to say that the subways are actually much stretched out to even the further away from the city parts of Kyoto, to be honest. Much more. I mean, buses are really convenient too. Of course, they stretch out to a lot of the countryside areas in Kyoto too. But still, at the same time, subways are as convenient as that, to be honest. So
Maybe
I don't know.
subways are you need to walk for a few minutes.
Downstairs. Yeah.
Downstairs, yeah. And
it means
also,
it's a subway, so yeah.
and they don't have elevators.
Sometimes.
Sometimes.
Yeah, so it's crazy. You have to carry like 2 huge suitcases up the stairs and stuff like that.
These days, they have elevators in most stations, but some old stations don't have elevators.
Yeah. They might have escalators, hopefully, but sometimes they don't. Yeah. So.
Sometimes they don't.
Yeah, but still, anyways, there's a lot of stuff that can be done. Yeah, because I've once heard also before that even though Japan, Kyoto is screaming over tourism, there's too many people coming to Kyoto. But when you actually see the numbers, of people coming, there are tons of countries around the world that have much more people coming to their countries or cities. And they're still, doing okay with that, Yeah, and they find ways to solve the problem. Yeah, exactly. So there has to be things done. Yeah. And I mean, I think Let's Ask Shogo is kind of responsible for trying to help out Kyoto with that too, to be honest. Yeah, in a way. Yeah, trying to introduce places that people might not know about but could be interested in, all that kind of stuff. Maybe going and talking with those specialists, and spreading out the information about what those specialists in Kyoto in tourism would want people coming to Kyoto to know about in advance or stuff like that, Yeah, we might be able to help out with stuff, but yeah, it is a huge problem though. Yeah, right now. Yeah. And of course, Harumi and I, locals living in Kyoto, I mean, if we don't go to like the super popular tourist sites, it's not crazy at all, to be honest. It's like normal. Because Kyoto itself has been a popular, destination for traveling for Japanese people too.
Yeah.
So it's always been very busy, to be honest.
Yeah. And that is because we don't ride buses so much.
Yeah, we don't ride buses. We might ride trains sometimes, but trains aren't that bad, to be honest.
Yeah, trains are okay.
Subways aren't that bad. Other trains.
Subways are super empty.
Totally okay. Yeah, only the buses are crazy, to be honest.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I think a lot of people, because, social media, people just want more views and likes and all that kind of stuff, and comments. So they're picking up the extreme places and talking about it. Yeah.
Exaggeration. Yeah.
Yeah, sometimes they're exaggerating it. Yeah, when you see like a point of a picture and trying to make the judgment. Yeah. But again, like you said, if you look at only the bus problems, it's like, oh my gosh, there's too many people. But then if you look at transportation as a whole, there's tons of places that could have accommodate more people, right?
Yeah.
It's the same as tourist destinations. Yeah, if you only look at Fushiminari Shrine, it's like, oh my gosh, there's too many people. But at the same time, there's so many other restaurants and activities and we
need more people.
Countryside area. But we need more people. It'd be great if we could have more customers. And sometimes those places are really good too. They just a lot of people just don't know about them.
Because Kyoto subways don't have any profit now. Akaji, always akaji.
Exactly.
How to say akaji? No profit?
Yeah, that's right. Yes, in debt.
In debt, yeah, in debt.
You would say. Oh, and one last thing before we go though. The other thing that we picked up in the beginning, is saying that there's some restaurants putting up signs saying that only Japanese people are allowed in a restaurant.
Oh.
Yeah, this I'm actually on half and half on this, to be honest. I totally understand that this sounds super racist. Saying that only Japanese people can come into our restaurant, all that kind of stuff. But at the same time, though, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of other countries, local restaurants and stuff would say something similar, to be honest. Yes. If you've been, like, for example, if you've been running your restaurant for locals for many, many years, and now you suddenly have people coming from overseas that don't even speak your language, it would be very troublesome, to be honest, if it's not something that you're looking for. Now, if you're like, yeah, welcome anytime, anyone can come, first time visitors are welcome, then that's great, you should go to those places. But there are certain restaurants that want to run their places in their own way, meet the same people, have a deep relationship with the locals there, kind of like becoming like a community hub for locals and not for people coming for the first time. That's not just for people, for tourists, but also for Japanese people too.
Yeah.
Certain restaurants in Kyoto don't accept you even if you're Japanese.
Yeah.
So it's not a culture that suddenly popped up out of nowhere and suddenly some certain Japanese people are racist. I mean, this idea, this concept has existed anywhere in the world, to be honest.
Yeah.
I've seen tons of places, like in other countries saying that, certain nationalities aren't allowed to come in, all that kind of stuff. It happens everywhere, to be honest. Yeah. So in a way, I think the way they write those signs is not very nice. It just gives out a very bad impression. So I really hope that there's a better way to do it. Because it's just simply very sad to read those signs for people living, like even just living in Japan too. There's people living in Japan for many, many years, even though they're like, for example, originally from overseas. If you don't look Japanese, you're not allowed into that place, right? So that's kind of sad, to be honest. So that's understandable. But at the same time, though, I think it's okay to respect the restaurant or the shop owners, way to run the place, I personally feel. Because I think everyone, not just in Japan, but every country's local restaurants or shop has the right to do that, I personally feel. And another thing is that people who visit these restaurants, they start to complain that the people working at those restaurants or shops or don't speak English. There's no English on the menu, and they start to get angry about that. Like, you're in Japan, we got to bring Sunshine's show here. We need to be very angry about these topics. We need sunshine here. But people get upset that the people running the old ladies, old men, grandpas and grandmas running those local restaurants. They don't speak English. What's happening? Where's the English menu? They get upset about that. So go home, just like Sunshine said. Then when these things continue, like, everyone not putting in any effort to try to speak the local language, and you're going up to an elderly, and just speaking your own language, not showing any respect, I've actually haven't thought of it this way before, but speaking with Sunshine really gave me this idea. So I think it's really not so respectful, to be honest, to have that attitude. No, to make it clear, though, of course, I would personally say only like 20% of people traveling Japan, maybe less than that, have that kind of attitude. Most people have much more respect. But at the same time, though, when you meet 100 people and 2 or 3 of them have that attitude, you look at more of the negative side, right? And then you're like, okay, no one's allowed to come in other than Japanese people. If elderlies would react to that strongly, that tends to happen, I feel. So.
And actually, that paper, what was written is no seeds in English and Chinese, I think, and maybe other languages. And small Japanese, like red color words, letters in red, says only the one who can read this Japanese can come in. So it's
that
not,
one is the one that went viral.
Viral. It's not Japanese. The people, nationality, right? That nationality, that if you can read this Japanese,
if you can speak Japanese, if you properly communicate with us, you can come in.
Because that means they don't have English menu. And they can't have conversation with you.
Exactly.
So
because
I think
that totally makes sense. Because let's say you only can afford one staff, you and yourself. And if you have to communicate with people who can't speak the local language for every time the customer makes payments, and it takes 15 minutes every time for each group, then it's impossible to run the restaurant now, right?
Yeah,
Exactly. And you want to ask like for example, like let's say a certain group is staying at the restaurant for too long, they're using up the seats for too long, and they want to ask them to leave, you can't tell them that because you can't speak, right?
Yeah.
And then you have to have them stay there for hours and hours, for example, and all that kind of stuff. So
if
that
if
totally
I
makes sense. Yeah.
if I run that restaurant, I won't have that paper.
Yeah.
That way of saying, I think it's not a little bit rude actually.
Yeah.
And but like, you can just say like write honestly. So because I can't speak English, I can't do blah blah blah. So sorry, but like you can write like that kind of language and the way of saying, right?
Yeah, those signs you can feel the anger of the restaurants or shop owners.
Like only the people you can read this.
Yeah, that's the one that went viral. But there were literally people with signs saying that only Japanese people can come in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that one is the one that went viral recently.
But it's rude but understandable.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, we need to be understanding towards people, I feel. Yeah, we can't just say that these people are racist,
Yeah.
That's not a way to solve anything.
Yeah. That's the thing.
Yeah, exactly. So, yeah. So that's what we wanted to talk about today, I guess.
Great.
So please, again, there's no answers to this. We're just sharing our ideas. Yeah, it's just chatting with you guys. What our thoughts as Kyoto locals, living in Kyoto for me, like 13 years now. Yeah, living in Kyoto. Harumi has been living almost for 10 years too, right?
Yeah.
I think, yeah. So, yeah, we're just sharing our opinions too. But please let us know what you think. Or if any similar problems have happened in where you guys are at, it'd be great if you can let us know. Okay, and if there's anything you're worried about when you come to Kyoto and all that kind of stuff, a lot of people are more worried about not being respectful, when they visit Kyoto in Japan. Yeah, but to be honest, even though these extreme parts are being brought up, if you're what should I say? Most of the time, locals are welcoming, to be honest. Yeah, most people, of course, are happy to have you. Yeah, because, you're supporting their business, and a lot of people, of course, want more people to eat their food, and enjoy their traditions or culture that they have or their entertainment that they provide or whatever it is. Of course, you're happy regardless of nationality. Whoever comes, they're happy, My image is like at least 70% of the people are happy. Yeah, exactly.
At least.
So there's nothing I have to be over nervous about or worried about, to be honest. Yeah.
Like the video you made.
Yeah.
Like grandpa grandma in Kyoto don't like about like tourists. It's like they sit on the floor.
Oh yeah.
Or they throw out garbage. And the comments on that short video was like Japan need more benches.
Yeah.
And also Japan needs more garbage can.
Yeah.
And I think this is true.
Yeah. Okay,
and this is also the government should do, right? More benches. Absolutely. And so like Japanese locally, some Japanese are making benches all over Kyoto.
Yeah.
Like,
that's right.
Like they are making like handmade bench.
Okay.
In front of their house.
Wow, really?
I think it's so sweet.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like you can sit here because you must be so tired while traveling.
You can take a break,
right?
kind of thing, right?
Yeah,
it's nice
because you having child and they're really tired, right?
Yeah. If you have children.
Yeah. So some people are having this kind of movements. So,
that's great. That's great. Yeah. So please let us know what you thought in the comments. Right, guys, thank you so much. That's probably the longest episode we've ever recorded. Yes, I think we should not do it at this timing from now on because we can just keep on talking. The last few episodes we did it like in between different jobs we did. So like we only have 20 minutes, but let's do it right now. I think that's probably we'll be able to shorten things up a little bit more when we have certain restrictions. But today there was no restrictions for us. It's almost 1 a.m. so we have to go to sleep now. So
my brains are sleeping.
Yeah, if you guys are listening to this at the very end, thank you very much for listening.
You're so kind.
Yes, thank you so much. We'll talk to you again in the next episode. Okay. Good night from Shogo and Hanami then. Bye-bye.
Good night.